Hey everyone, so I'm gonna try to make this quick because there and there. I was getting questions about the bird of paradise. See my poor looking fiddle leaf fig back there? This is my recovery corner right here, but there's still life in it. It was a perfect example of a plant that was struggling and now it's thriving. Not the fiddle leaf fig apparently, but the bird of paradise, because I didn't mean to come at y'all through when I was with my thing I put about having fake plants in a bird of plant paradise in the dark. I'm saying this from having actual experience. So the bird of paradise is one that people say may be easy. I don't know who says that, but it's a plant that needs a lot of light. Okay. I had this plant at a different part of the house earlier in the year, because this is the part of the house that actually gets, I guess, one of the higher bits of light. And it was struggling. It started to get these brown tips right here, and I was also underwatering it. Two things that the bird of paradise needs, three things almost. One, a lot of light. Two, a fair amount of watering. Don't really let it go dry that much. At least that's been my experience with it. Third thing, it seemed to have liked a good amount of fertilizer. And I've been fertilizing it in the winter time. Not all the time, but when it's been struggling, I've been putting a little bit into the water when I've been watering it recently. So, got my thing. You can find that in the description box. Our mug here with some tea is something I made real cute. You can go and check it out. Yes, I'm plugging it. You can check it out in the description box. If I am going to be mentioning a product, I'm going to put it in the description box as well. I'm going to move the smaller fiddle leaf fig because it is distracting in the shot, but I'm not going to move this one because that one doesn't like getting moved a lot. None of the fiddle leaf figs like to get moved a lot. Right here, this is a new leaf coming out of this bird of paradise. If it's shooting out new leaves, that means you're doing something right, okay? See right here, this was a new leaf, and this is when it was struggling, okay? Because it started shooting out, and then it died on the way coming out, okay? I haven't cut it yet because maybe it's better I didn't cut it, because now I'm able to do this video, but I didn't cut it because I was feeling really, really guilty about this. I was underwatering it, and I had it in a place that didn't have enough light. I moved the plant to this corner where it gets more light and there's actual diffuse light coming on the leaves, but just a brighter amount of light. And then it started pushing out this big leaf, and so far so good. Every day I'm coming downstairs and I'm like, wow, it's really coming. It didn't die like this one. So this is a good example of how you can help a plant to recover. That's why I haven't got rid of that plant over there, because it's actually starting to shoot out other leaves now that it's doing a little bit better. If knowing when to water is a thing that you're having trouble with, a water meter, water meter is a really good investment. This is the one I have. I will have it in the description box. If you're watching this on Instagram, on IGTV, it'll be at the top part and you can tap it and it'll bring down a menu. But if you're watching this on YouTube, you can check it in the description box below. The water meter is great. There's ones that have a light to see if something has enough light and if you have a good pH. I have an app on my phone that can check with the light, and that's why I knew, okay, when I finally stopped being lazy, I noticed that this was the best corner for light in my house. And so I use this mostly just to see if I watered something enough. So when I put it into the soil, I can tell, you can see it's in the middle. That means that it's moist, but it's not sopping wet, but it's not dry. So this is key if you're having trouble with watering. I was just being really negligent with everything, so that's why all this had happened in the first place. 2020 was hard. Okay, as far as fertilizer, I've used a couple over the last couple of years. The one now that the plants seem to be really happy with is called Joyful Dirt. Put onto this when that's Chelsea Williams she shared about it, but this stuff is really great, okay? I will put that also in the description box, and you can get some on Amazon. And I've been putting a little bit into the water when I've been helping these recover. And since I've been doing so, this has flourished, okay? That's why I think this really has been pushing out this new leaf, especially being that it was so neglected before. But between the changing of the light, watering more often and on time, and monitoring the watering, and adding this to the water. I've been doing like every other time or something like that. That's really what's been helping all these plants that are struggling do better. Okay, so that's it. I hope this was helpful. Okay, if it has, share it or follow if you aren't on, on Instagram, and subscribe on YouTube if you are on there. Okay, that's it. Now I can go because they're gonna start yelling, right? Okay.